Ready? Start it. I attach great importance to the education of girls for these and similar reasons. However noble be our ideals and whatever system of government we establish, however liberal and equitable be our economic and social philosophy, we cannot bring lasting peace and prosperity to our country unless the physical and mental makeup of our coming generation has sound foundation. I therefore hold that women can play a much more vital role in the home than in the factory or in the office. This, however, does not mean that I want them to be confined within the four walls of the house. Along with their domestic life, they can and should participate successfully in various social activities to which they are naturally and equally entitled. But real freedom and liberty only mean that the woman employs all her faculties not only for her individual development but also for the total development of the society, leading ultimately to the welfare of humanity at large, wherein is included her individual self also. According to the ancient traditions and lofty ideals of Indian womanhood, you have not only to educate yourself but also to progress thereafter in all directions as the companions of men. After freedom, now you have also to play your part in the work of national reconstruction. This is possible only when we amend our present system of education to suit our purpose. The Honorable Prime Minister, addressing the Platinum Jubilee celebrations of the cooperative movement in India organized by the National Cooperative Union of India at New Delhi, said, I am glad to be with you on this occasion to mark the completion of the 3/4 of a century of the service of the cooperative movement. Great and selfless men have been connected with this movement since its modest beginnings. It has grown to impressive size of 3.5 lakh societies with a membership of 100 million is no small achievement. There are different forms of cooperatives and not all of them involve or affected their members in the same way. In urban area, a cooperative store is one of many outlets open to a citizen for needs. This complex has been named after my father, and he was a staunch believer in the cooperative movement. To him, it represented not just another form of organizing economic activities, but a whole attitude of participatory citizenship in democracy. In his words, the whole concept of a national stage and national freedom rests on the cooperative endeavor of individuals who live in the state to maintain its freedom and achieve its prosperity. He strongly believed that cooperative could mitigate the private sector's greed and exploitativeness and the public sector's callousness and bureaucratism. That is why he enthusiastically encouraged this third sector. Our 5-year plans have consistently accorded special importance to cooperative, highlighting their potential in rural regeneration. I need not remind this gathering that my father's championship of cooperation earned him powerful foes who have not forgotten him to this day. Although many still believe that profit is a divine right, even ostensibly capitalist nations have a large proportion of economic activity in the state or cooperative sector. The role of cooperatives in American and Japanese agriculture is well known. The underlying principle of cooperative is faith in the human being in man's capacity to build and to share. In fostering cooperatives, we hope that the movement will promote people's organizing and administering abilities and serve as a nursery of self-government. That is why in our philosophy of democratic government, we have linked cooperatives with Panchayati Raj institutions. Some success has turned into failures when the original impulse has waned and individuals and groups have captured institutions to exercise power or utilize their resources for their own purposes. The failures are more frequent when there is no community involvement and when institutions are organized primarily with developmental efforts to fulfill targets. The lack of managerial ability, members, and the tendency to function in cliques and factions have been the principal reasons for our cooperatives not working as well as they should. Another shortcoming is the rich and taking advantage of the movement and obstructing help to the poor. When there is gross mismanagement and social objectives are not fulfilled, the people expect government to correct the situation. Hence, the legislation to regulate and intervene in cooperative societies. These provisions may have some restrictive influences. Your union has been pointing out to the proliferation of laws in regard to cooperatives and the need for rationalization. Some work has begun on this and it should be carried forward expeditiously by all concerned. Cooperatives should be run on modern commercial principles. However, they should think not merely of the return to their own members, but of benefit to the entire community. Cooperatives organization should also consider further future investment demanded by technological changes. 814 814 वर्ड है और 80 की स्पीड में बोला गया है। कंटेंट आपको सेट नंबर 26 के नाम से मिल जाएगा आपको।